And I know that there's money on my head.
Hey, what's up, guys? So another sunny day here in South Florida, and I really want to dive into this because it's going to be particularly one of my more favorite videos to do, because I'm going to be explaining to you guys how to run your best campaigns. So if you're running ads on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Google Ads search campaigns, this is the video for you. And if you're a local business or you're in e-commerce, pay attention to. If you're any business, pay attention. This is good for you to practice or maybe to refresh yourself on certain ideas. Everybody needs re-education nowadays because marketing is such a beast. So we're going to dive right in and we're going to talk about AMO. AMO is by far the creed that I live with, I'll die with, because it's just so concrete, concise, to that saying, keep it simple, stupid. You want to keep things simple, and you want to be able to understand how you can reverse engineer. Say if your competitor is running an ad, you can reverse engineer that ad in a second, because you're going to be using AMO to understand how they're, what's the thought process behind that ad. So that being said, AMO stands for audience, message, and offer. Audience meaning, you're going to be targeting an audience, but you want to shy away from an audience that isn't even remotely relevant to what you're selling. So if you're selling girl products, or if you're selling men products, you definitely don't want to mix those two between, because say you run an ad for both sexes. Of course, if a boyfriend wants to look out and buy that girlfriend a product, of course, you could see in the data that could be a possible way of selling your product or service. But, in more like a realistic way of how to save your dollars and how to best put in your marketing efforts, you want to implement a way where you know what your audience is and you're going to target them, and you're almost going to have blinders for just your audience. This is perfect because you may be a local business, but you may be on YouTube and people are giving you strategies for e-commerce. And you may be in e-commerce, but people are giving you strategies vice versa on a local business or maybe a nonprofit. Whatever it may be, people have to use different strategies because, again, it all comes down to the context. And everybody has different audiences. That's just realistic. So what's your audience? And once you've discovered your audience, and maybe you've put strategies in play, Facebook ads, you could just target people that you have in an email list. So this email list is a collection of the best possible people that you think are going to be willing to buy from you. So that in itself is a powerful micro way of kind of targeting your audience. Point number 2 is message. So your message is how you come across. If you're scrolling down Instagram or you're scrolling on Facebook, you will see that there's different types of things that catch your attention. There's a news feed, the main building block of Facebook. There could also be sidebar advertisements. Then there could be video pre-roll advertisements. And that's all to say, people will have different ways of getting the word out. What's going to be your most effective ways to get the word out? Experiment, figure it out, but then, optimize it. So if video is your go-to advertisement, go with the video, optimize your videos, and make people know that, you're making videos and you're making the best damn videos you can make. And it's going to convert people into watching your videos, to then going to your website, to then watching videos on your website, to then buying from you. So you definitely want to know what type of strategies you're going to be including in this whole broad scheme of things. Is it going to be video, photography? How much copywriting are you going to be invested in? And you want to think all that when publishing an ad. Next up on our list is offer. Offer is your value proposition. So I like it because the CEO of General Motors, which I forgot his name at this moment, but he was in a conference with Gary Vaynerchuk, and he was just emphasizing the hell out of offer. In other words, value proposition. What are you offering that your competitors are not offering? I want to give you an interesting practice that you could do today to understand a little bit about offer and why in the digital scheme of things, your offer has to be optimized, and it has to be, well, it has to be conscious. You have to be thoughtful. If someone is doing a 5% discount on their clothing line, and they're also doing some sort of free consultation for something else that they're providing, you don't want to say and broadcast, hey, I'm doing a 5% and I'm also doing a free consultation. You want to change up your verbiage. You want to change up your content that you're broadcasting to people. Why? Because your value proposition is saying, hey, these people are doing 5% and they're doing free consultation. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. So for the practice that I want to give you, if you go on Google and you search clothing line near me, restaurant near me, doctor's office near me, pediatrics near me, dentistry near me, if you search any of these, and the list goes on and on and on, you will see that there's going to be from 3 to 5 paid advertisements, and all these advertisements direct to a different URL. These are all businesses competing with one another, and these businesses all have taken the time to, maybe they haven't taken the time if it's bad marketing, but maybe, let's just say in an ideal marketing world, they've all taken the time to have a value proposition. You will see that each advertisement highlights a different feature of their business. Does it mean that the other business doesn't highlight those features when you're actually in that business? Absolutely not, right? So every service business probably provides some sort of free consultation, but speaking that out into the ethos changes everything, because maybe that catches someone's eyes. So once you know what catches people's eyes as far as offer, you optimize that. So it's an endless game of optimizing, yes. If you're in for that type of kind of trench and kind of battlefield, then go for it, because there's a lot of success in campaigns, and you see results and you see customers and you see the most important thing for businesses, which is revenue, net income, etc., etc. So I would suggest today, start analyzing and understanding what's your ammo. How are you, spreading out the word of what you do, why you do it, how you do it, what's your value proposition, all that. How are you doing it? Are you targeting a specific audience? Are you doing broad audience? Kind of understand that part of your business. Or your messaging, how are you messaging certain things and information for people? And the last but not least, offer, which is your value proposition, which inevitably is one of the biggest ones that we optimize, especially me as a digital marketing consultant. I always want to optimize for offer, because it challenges business owners to have something better than their competitors. So once you specialize in something, or once you declare yourself as something, it's almost like, okay, now this is my craft. This is what I'm going to perfect, and people are going to know me for that, and it's going to change everything. I've seen it where digital agencies are doing digital agencies specializing in dentistry, right? So a lot of dentists pay money to good social media agencies, but then one day they call that digital media agency and they say, hey, we're opting out of your services because we found a digital media agency that specializes in dentistry. It's a different packaging. It could be a repackaging, it could be rebranding, but keep in mind that how you offer things to people essentially stands out. It's how you captivate attention, and attention is key to everything. So I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you guys are implementing AMO starting today. It will definitely boost your revenues, and over time you will see that you will just not regret it, because you will understand the marketing, the macro of it all, and you won't be confused. You'll have better, more concise, more efficient decision making when it comes to how do you run ads, and less scratching your head, more time to run your business.